Hello, VEDA! It is day 8, and today we are talking about obsessions. And my obsession, as probably you might have figured out by now, is really just weird stories. I love weird stories. They are my favorite things in the entire world. If you think you're an archangel, if you think you're a astral projecting vampire, if you are a gay gigolo porn star, if you're a guy sitting in the corner of a bar who turns out to be sad because he's a transvestite and his girlfriend found all of his shoes. Like, all of these stories are just fantastic things, and I just, in essence, kind of collect them. I love them, I think they're fantastic, and I love telling those stories. And when I tell them, a lot of my friends will be like, how do you find these people? What do you do? Where are you hanging out? What's going on? And my mother used to joke that it just runs in the family, that it just runs on her side of the family. It's part of the genes that we just attract weird things and are weird people. For example, I mean, I've got an aunt, or had an aunt, who's a witch who swore that she could astral project through meditation. My mom's cousin was somebody who ran off and literally joined the gypsies. And they swear that her other cousin was probably the Zodiac killer. Like, my family's nuts, and just being nuts tends to attract other crazy people. And I think the big part about it is being open to the weird. Like, weirdness is all around you. Crazy stories happen all the time. But most of those things make people uncomfortable. If some crazy guy who thinks he's a magical being comes down and wants to talk to you at a coffee shop, most people will probably leave that table. But for me, just, it makes me so excited. I'm like, yes, crazy person, tell me about how the devil has possessed your body. Like, I want to hear these things. And I think by doing that, it has allowed me to gather more and more of these stories. And it's just made me, I guess, a magnet for them. Like, weird people love to talk to me. Crazy homeless people will walk down the street and avoid everybody and then make a beeline to talk to me. I just think it also kind of sucks that a lot of people aren't open to that weirdness in the world. Like, it's a whole secret, magical place of just complete oddities that will expand your horizon and make your life more interesting. But because most people avoid it, these stories are just kind of lost. Like, nobody experiences them and shies away from them, so they just kind of disappear from the world, and that sucks. Because I love telling these stories. Like, I tell these stories and people, they laugh, they cry, they wonder where in the world these people come from, and yet on a regular daily basis they shy away from these stories, and so these stories are lost. And I think that's one of the reasons I love telling these stories to friends in bars, at parties, whatnot, is so these stories aren't lost. And so that's my obsession, Vita. I hope you guys are having a great morning, evening, afternoon, and I look forward to seeing all of your obsessions, and I will see your faces soon. Okay? Bye, Vita. In case you guys were wondering, it's 8 in sign language. That's 8. So you learned a little sign language today.